We do a lot of community activities, and while we're doing that, we do surveys, and we find out the needs, the financial needs in the community. People think of a credit union as not being able to offer as many services, and I'll get into some of the services as a bank, because they consider us small, and a lot of people don't realize that they can join our credit union.
You say that people think that being a credit union provides less services. You provide a ton more services than the banks do. One of the things that I think not represented is that you have a car buying service.
Yes.
One of the things that I think that definitely needs to be said and very clear is that service is even available even if you don't finance your car through Priority One.
Correct.
If you wanted to pay cash. Hi everyone, welcome to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. Every week we talk about something to help you make a little money, save a little money, or maybe just help you navigate this crazy world that we live in. And boy, oh boy, is it crazy. Things are just like all over the place. We're dealing with government shutdowns right now. We're dealing with hoping, again, depends on who you are and what you're doing, but for me, I would hope that interest rates would go down for people buying mortgages, even though I'm not buying a house, but that would be helpful in my business. Today, I'm here with Dianna. She is with Priority One Credit Union. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Because you got to get it right also when you're doing it .org.
Yes.
Because they are a nonprofit organization. They are not a bank.
Right.
They are not a bank, but they are a lending institution. Right. You can get a lot of benefits from them. They do not do business accounts quite yet, but I'm sure it's in the works.
We're working on it.
I was going to say, I know them, and I know that they're very good at what they do. And so welcome, Dianna.
Thank you for having me again, Laura.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, we're a not-for-profit financial institution, which is great. And what that means to our members, we offer you lower loan rates, higher deposit rates, for example, our CDs. Right now we have some great CD specials.
Till tomorrow, but they'll still be better than everybody else's.
Exactly. So because we can give you higher rates, when everyone's lowering theirs, when we lower ours, it's still a lot more competitive than theirs. So tomorrow, yes, as of tonight, the other rates are gone. Tomorrow we'll have the new rates, but again, they're really good rates. So because of that, we have low interest rate with the loans, higher deposit rates. We have volunteer board. So our profit at the end of the year isn't going to pay salaries, typically like other financial institutions. So with that said, we're convenient and we're there for the people.
Well, that's all you can ask, right?
Exactly. How
long have you been with Priority One?
I have been at Priority One for about 17 years. And they've been, wow. I know. It's great because once you love what you do, they say, I don't remember who said it, but a famous person said, once you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? And I enjoy it, and I like the freedom of exploring as the director of marketing and business development, going out, meeting new people, understanding what their needs are, and bringing their needs to the table. A great thing that I enjoy, that our members enjoy, we do a lot of community activities, right? And while we're doing that, we do surveys, and we find out the needs, the financial needs in the community. So we don't just say, oh, today we'll do a checking account, oh, this. What is the need? For example, the shutdown, government shutdown right now. We're currently working on options in order to help our members. Things like maybe 3 months no payment on their loan, and there are no penalties type of a thing. So several different things. So we try to keep our pulse on the community, in the neighborhood, to see what's going on.
As a credit union, what does it mean to you? And would it be different for a bank versus a credit union? Or no, it's all relative because you're all in finance?
It's relative. So here's the thing. People think of a credit union as not being able to offer as many services, and I'll get into some of the services as a bank, because they consider us small, and a lot of people don't realize that they can join our credit union. Right. They think, okay, I have to belong to, say, some type of a union or an association, and that's not so. For example, if you live, work in Broward County, Palm Beach County, Miami-Dade,
Or anywhere else in the United States.
Exactly. So there's always
So you could
a
use,
way.
so back, I don't even know if they still have them. I never pay attention because I don't have a debit card, but Prestos
At Publix.
at Publix.
Yes, you can use that. Plus, as a member of the credit union, you get 4 free ATM withdrawals each month. Meaning, now, when we say free, that means Priority 1 doesn't charge you. But if you say use another financial institution ATM, they charge.
And what is the typical cost for something like that?
Oh my goodness, it varies depending on the financial institution. But I know I was somewhere the other day, just way out, and it was about $3 or $4 for a transaction.
Wow.
Yeah, from them. But we offer up to 4 free from us, and Presto, you go and you use no charge. And
And does Presto charge?
no.
Okay,
No,
that's
no.
great to know. So it's good to know, like, if you're here local and you say, okay, where are the locations for Priority 1?
Right.
We have one in Coral Springs,
Right?
one in Sunrise, and is the other one in Miami or Palm Beach?
No.
Where is it?
We have 2 locations.
Okay.
And that is Coral Springs, and that is off University Drive, 1700 North University Drive, and then Sunrise at 3000 North University Drive.
Oh, you don't have a third location?
We
Why did I
don't.
think, did you?
We used to have one and it's more east, no longer there. However, because we belong to what's called shared branching,
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of time people will say, you only have 2 branches. I need convenience, right? So my rebuttal for that is, okay, we have over 5,000 credit unions that you can use, meaning locations, sorry.
Okay.
Locations. Because with shared branching, you go in and you plug in a zip code or wherever you are on the website, and dots come up and show you all the other credit unions you can go to do your transaction.
So how does that work though? So these other credit unions have
Right.
access to your portal.
Right. They limited access.
Okay.
So if you walk into another credit union, sometimes they have some restrictions, like maybe you can't go into drive-through, but there's certain limits. You can go in and cash a check up to X amount. It depends on that credit union.
Okay.
You can go in and ask for different types of service, and they list that on the shared branching, so you can see, so there are no surprises.
Okay.
But at least you can go to these places and know that you're a credit union member, you can go in and get help.
So what's the website that they would go to, our listeners, to find out about this? Because
Okay.
although we haven't gotten into all of it, and we can't get into all of it in such a short period of
agree.
time, right?
I
Because
agree.
there's so many services. When you say that people think that being a credit union provides less services, you provide a ton more services than the banks do.
I agree. And, yes, and then some. And one of the things that I always tell people, the only difference, we don't offer safe deposit boxes.
Because you really don't have a location for it.
Exactly. And many places
put it
do
in my
not
bedroom.
anymore. There you go. And that's about it. Because we try to offer just about everything. And beyond that is our personalized service. I mean, when you walk into the branch, being that I'm in marketing and business development, I kind of hover around the branches to get a feel for how the members are feeling, how they're being approached by our team members, the teller line, member service. And they walk in, they call them by name. They know what's going on in their lives. This is a teller. Hey, Mrs. Smith, how are you doing today? Did your son get off to college okay? These are the questions that are being asked, and our members are smiling. When you go to other places, a lot of times you're a number.
Yeah.
And it depends on how large your account is, how recognized you are, the balance in your account. In our case, everyone that walks in that door gets undivided attention.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the services that they offer. So check out our awesome sponsors, and we have new sponsors coming up in the future, so stay tuned.
At JK Closing Attorneys, we do all of the same things that a title company does, but with the benefits of being a law office. We can help with residential real estate, short sales, commercial real estate, refinances, 1031 exchanges, and FRIPTA withholding.
Contact JK Closing Attorneys today at 954-332-3111. Again, that is 954-332-3111.
Priority One Credit Union of Florida is a welcoming credit union that makes your financial success our number one priority. We offer lower loan rates, higher deposit rates, and common sense local loan approvals, with nationwide access through shared branching.
Hi, I'm Dianna Hennessy, President and CEO at Priority One Credit Union. We are open to the community. Anyone can be a member of our credit union, and we would love to have you.
Contact us today at 954-335-5100. You can also reach us at PriorityOneFL.org. Your financial success is our priority. That's 954-335-5100.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Making Money with Laura Sanders, and I am your host, Laura Sanders. Today we're here with Dianna. She's from Priority One Credit Union. That is not a bank. I seem to get this wrong all the time.
Credit union.
It's a credit union, and they are non-for-profit? Not for profit.
Exactly.
What's the difference between non-for-profit and not-for-profit?
Non-profit is basically sponsored by charities.
Okay.
So, and not-for-profit
Okay.
is
I learned something new today.
at the end of the day, at the end of the year,
You're putting it all back into the business.
put it back into our members.
Which is the business.
The
I mean, it's
business.
the business.
True.
Well, that could be,
It's
okay, it
our
could be the
family.
president. It could, we know the president. We know that she's
Exactly.
not, she's not taking the money back. You
No.
know, she lives a very modest life,
Yes. So we put it back into the deposits, higher deposit rates, lower loan rates, in that avenue. And then, of course, being able to keep up to date on the products like Zelle. We offer Zelle. As small as we are, there are a lot of larger financial institutions that haven't even started using Zelle as a service.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Online banking. You think that's so simple. It is not. Mobile banking, and we're this small, and we have all that. We joke around all the time, the president, Dina, we're small, but we're mighty. We make it happen.
True. So one of the things that, and again, I try to point out, especially every time we have you guys come out, there's so many things that you do. One of the things that I think that's so misrepresented, or I should say not represented, is that you have a car buying service.
Yes.
And my daughter's husband tried to do it on his own and then came back because he wasn't working quick enough for them. People want it the minute that you say you want to do it, you want to do it today, not a day from now. And they always want to make sure that you've been pre-approved before they start running around, right? Now, one of the things that I think that definitely needs to be said and very clear is that service is even available even if you don't finance your car through Priority One.
Correct.
If you wanted to pay cash.
Correct.
Just make sure that you let the guy know you're paying cash.
I agree.
Because otherwise, they're going to put you and say, well, we got to first get you ready. And we're like, you got to be,
and they can move faster.
They can move faster.
Yes.
So if you're ready for them to move today and you're paying cash and you can show them proof of funds, I think they'll move faster. But the first and foremost is getting pre-approved with Priority One.
Yes.
We're not recommending other places because your rates are great. But I like people to understand that these services, don't think like, oh, I can't come for this service, because you might not even realize that you guys have a better rate than another financial institution has.
And even if you get a rate at another financial institution and it's just a day after, reach out to us, because our rates are so low. We have different promotions where if we're refinancing your vehicle, because our rates are so low, a lot of times when you apply for it, you naturally get a lower rate. However, if for some reason you're close, we have a defensive product where it will take up to 3% off of your existing rate. You have to prove to us what rate you have. And our floor is, I think it's right now is 4%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For a brand new car purchase.
Either or, it depends, because we look at mileage on cars, and this I have to verify, but 10,000 miles still considered
new,
kind of a new vehicle, so you get a better rate.
Yeah, you don't want my car. I'm a realtor. 1-year-old, 25,000 miles.
Ouch.
Ouch. And yeah, you have to be very careful too. A lot of these places, like where I got my car from, they will not let you come in and finance outwards. So sometimes you have to finance with them and come back afterwards, and it kind of makes it a little difficult and a little cumbersome. So.
And yes, it can be, especially you're like, let me just get this over with. But we do common sense underwriting, and we pride ourselves in doing that.
And that's important because some days I feel like I'm your guys' underwriter. I get calls all the time from like lenders that are trying to send them to you guys for equity lines, whatever, and they say, oh, are they credit based? I'm like, it's file based.
There you go.
They look at each file. So if you own a house outright and you want to pull $20,000 out, they might be like, oh, this is a good investment because if they don't pay the 20, we're going to take their $800,000 house.
Exactly. And because, yes, that could happen, but that's the last thing we even want to think of. So then we look at, okay, how long have you been on your job? If you know, what income is coming in? We look at all of these compensating factors in order to decide. I remember an employee of ours, now she's an older employee, but when she first started, someone applied for a loan and their rate was their credit score was extremely low, right? And she said, sorry, we can't do it. I'm like, no, let's check this out. She said, well, where I came from, which is another financial institution, we wouldn't touch this. They got approved. You know why? They've been in their job for over 10 years, in their home, live at the same address. So local common sense underwriting is one of the top things.
That's how it was back 30 years ago.
We still do it.
Yeah. I bought my first place when I was 20. All right. And then I think at 23 I bought my second place. Maybe it was 23, 22, something like that. Wait a minute. At the bank, it was a bank, it wasn't, but at the bank, but back then, I was trying to get an equity line off of one to do the other, and it was based on relationship that I had been at the bank for so long, and I had some money in the bank. It wasn't based on, I'm 20-something years old. Like, I really didn't have a lot of money, but I was working multiple jobs.
Right.
And I actually had cash coming in.
They saw the compensating factor. They saw okay, we're going to take a chance on you, and we do that. You said 30 years ago, we still do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that I have these conversations a lot with a lot of different lenders, telling them and saying, you really should talk to the president to create a relationship with them, because one of the things that most realtors don't think about, I think outside the box. So let's say, for instance,
I am 100% for that with who you are.
Yeah, I try to think outside the box. So
and it's good.
But let's say, for instance, you're paying 7% interest on your car. That's a lot of money, especially at what cars cost today.
Exactly.
So if you go and I say, well, why don't you go see if they can get their car interest rate lower, right? And it's 4%. Now, I know a lot of people are leasing today, so that hurts, right? But let's just say you can get 4 or 5% and take 2% off your rate. That $100 a difference a month could make all the difference on qualifying. So I'm looking at every single thing. So I've introduced lenders to you guys to have that connection. So it might not just be for my deal, but anybody else's.
Exactly. We do that quite a bit, where people will call, and we try to be more of consultants than a banker, because when you look at this and people are saying, I need to consolidate my debt, I need to do this, I need to do that. Why? Okay. Yes, I have high debt, but I'm trying to buy a home, or I'm doing this and I can't qualify for the house that I really want. Freeing up that $100 make you qualify for a larger amount, right?
Yeah.
So it common sense underwriting, common sense lending. We work with other financial institutions. For example, we don't do business loans, business accounts, right? So I'm on the board at a couple of networking groups. And being on the board is great, because then you get the inside scoop of really what's happening with businesses and what their needs are. And then the trust factor comes in. So I listen to things that they're saying, and then I'll offer workshops there in the chamber. For example, small businesses. Small businesses, they're closing faster than they're opening. And there are a lot of reasons why, but they don't have the mentorship in order to understand how do I get a grant versus a loan for having a small business.
Oh, you teach that?
Yes. So I work with the city. I work with Tamarack and Sunrise, and basically, and North Lauderdale, and basically help to guide people. Okay, signage. You're in a shopping center. You're getting pushback for permits for signage, right?
Right.
But you're in the shopping center. That's not stopping the leasing person from getting their rent from you, right?
Right.
But you have no exposure. No one's seeing you. There are no banners out there. So income isn't coming in, but you still have to pay
Right.
for your rent. So these are little things that we think are little things, but a lot of times a new business owner isn't even thinking on that. They're like, oh my gosh, what do I do?
They don't realize how hard it is to get that signage done.
Exactly. And
It is a definite, and it's funny because now that we're talking, like, and I'm very well aware and very familiar with you guys, but every time I talk with you and Dina, I learn more about what you guys offer. What is a good number for people to reach out to get more information if they want to talk to you about whatever it might be, getting a car refinanced? And I know that you have a whole big branch, but
Right.
we always want to know that they're calling, and what would you tell them to say that they listen to this show? Because
Okay. They can call our 954-335-5100. And when you call that number, you'll hear my voice. I'm the voice on the phone guiding you to the different department.
don't curse her out if you can't get to where you
Don't
need
tell
to be.
me off, okay?
Yeah.
So with that, 954-335-5100, extension, or we say option 2. Option 2 takes you straight to a live person.
Okay, that's good
And
to
that's
know.
our contact center.
And if you can't get a hold of them or you feel frustrated, because I know sometimes,
Yeah.
listen, nothing's perfect in life and we all
Right.
hate the phones and everything.
Right.
Definitely give me a call, text me. I had somebody text me after we had the show
Exactly.
asking about the car loans, right? So that was great.
And loved it because now she has become my friend. I enjoy having a conversation
that's
with her.
amazing there.
Yes, enjoy having a conversation. We were able to help her in different areas.
Yeah, so definitely call me
Yes.
at 954-650-0827, 0827. Or you can text me, and I'll definitely connect you to the right person at Priority One. They are great. They are small but mighty, like
But
they
mighty,
say.
yes.
She's giving you the phone number.
Yes.
Is there a website that they
Website.
can, because they do have a very unique website.
Yes.
It's not your normal.
It's Priority One. The one is spelled out, ONE-FL, which is Florida, .org. So PriorityOneFL.org. Go on that website. We're very happy with our website. It's just about brand new. And I feel extremely happy because I was instrumental in literally putting it together. When you face something you've never done before, sleepless nights, right? But then when it's accomplished, you're so proud. We're so proud of our website.
That's
So
good.
anything you need to know about us on that website, or give us a call. We'll be more than happy
All right.
to help you.
So you can definitely give Priority One. You can give me a call. My website is www.lauracell.com. Again, that's lauracell, SELL.com. And like always, we ran out of time.
Yes.
It was a great show.
was
There's
good.
so much
It
to
was good.
learn for Priority One. Give me a call if you are looking to do business with them. I can definitely help connect you. And again, thank you, like always, for listening to Making Money with Laura Sanders. Till next week.